a drug that has more addicts than heroin. In the US, more people are now abusing prescription medication than cocaine, heroin, and ecstasy combined. This is quickly becoming the case in Australia. Oxycodone is now the 7th leading drug prescribed in general practice. As an opiate, it mimics natural feel-good chemicals called endorphins, which provide pain relief by blocking mu opioid receptors in the spinal cord. The same receptors are also found in the brain and provide intense feelings of euphoria and relaxation. It is this very mechanism that underpins the complex addiction profile of OxyContin. Additive to the psychological aspects of addiction is the intense physical dependence that develops. The body reacts to persistent OxyContin use by reducing the number of opioid receptors in the body. This manifests as a powerful physical addiction, as normal endorphin levels can no longer meet the demands of pain and emotion regulation.
It was about maybe 4 years ago now. Like, I smashed my four-wheeler, smashed my face all up, and I first needed it for maybe, I was on it for like a week or 2 weeks. But once you get that hook in you, it's like you'd say or do anything for it. Eventually you're having a bad day, and then you pop a few more, and then you start going asking for 20s and then 40s, and you start losing perception of what your goals are in life, and everything just seems so short. Eventually you don't even want to waste the pill. You just start smoking it. It gets you higher, it hits you more. Yeah, look, there's definitely a black market behind it. I mean, I know. I mean, I would genuinely do anything for it. Over the last 3 years, I've ripped, I think, maybe 20 grand off my family to support this habit or this lifestyle. And I mean, I know cunts that stand outside of cancer clinics and would give a granny some cash for her prescription so they can get some oxy. It doesn't matter how much that'd be, as long as it give them their fix. She depended on it. She needed it, so she'd get it as often as she could. Same as me or anybody else in this room, normal girl. But one day we found her on an apartment floor, completely blue. We assumed she just OD'd. You know, that's just the risks. And doing things like that is just what happens, I guess. And then we came to realize that her doctor had taken her off, so I guess she just couldn't handle it. Took her own life. Yeah.
OxyContin is a dangerous drug as it has a very narrow therapeutic index, where only small increases in dosage separate a strong high and a lethal overdose. Like many opiates, it can fatally depress breathing through its action on mu receptors in the respiratory center of the lower brain. The antidote naloxone displaces OxyContin from these opioid receptors, reversing overdose almost immediately, but in turn precipitating potentially fatal withdrawal symptoms. Naloxone is now available over the counter in Australia, but relies on the presence of a second, sufficiently unimpaired individual to administer. Because of near ubiquitous mental health comorbidities, it has been difficult for health clinicians to discriminate between intentional and accidental overdose. Health services have also struggled to identify at-risk prescription drug users, and it can be difficult for clinicians to recognize doctor shopping and drug-seeking behavior in the short consultations that are typically available. Chronic pain is a debilitating disease that is estimated to affect between 1 in 3 and 1 in 5 Australians. Alternatives, such as mindfulness therapies, are underused, and the immediate convenience of a pill contributes to its overprescription. MedsAssist is a nationwide database in trial stage that is monitoring the prescription of the similarly abused opiate codeine. This database has detected over 40,000 cases of codeine dependency since it was rolled out earlier this year, despite being only used on a volunteer basis by doctors. There are calls to include OxyContin in the MedsAssist database and make reporting mandatory for GPs and pharmacies across Australia.
These people are not doctors. They're drug dealers with fucking degrees.